Israel, a small country in the Middle East, holds deep religious and historical significance. Jerusalem, its heart, is a city revered by many. In May 2025, a massive wildfire near this sacred city shocked the nation. It was a fire unlike any seen since Israel's founding decades ago, a stark reminder of nature's power. This fire wasn't just about flames, it was about a nation's history and the lives intertwined with the land. The fire ignited near Jerusalem, quickly growing into a raging inferno. Driven by strong winds, the flames spread with terrifying speed across the hills and forests. Homes and farms in the fire's path were quickly engulfed. The fire raged for days, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Thousands of acres of land were scorched, transforming lush landscapes into charred wastelands. This wasn't just a wildfire, it was a national crisis. The scale of the fire and its proximity to Jerusalem shook the country. It served as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of even the most established societies. The fire became a defining event in Israel's story, leaving a permanent mark on the land and its people. The wildfire near Jerusalem forced Israel to put life on hold. It was a time of chaos and uncertainty. As the flames spread, so did panic. The government issued urgent evacuation orders for thousands of people living in the fire's path. Families had to leave their homes with little more than the clothes on their backs, uncertain if they would have anything to return to. The fire brought a wave of destruction and fear, but it also brought injuries. Hospitals were filled with people suffering from burns and smoke inhalation. The fire disrupted major events, including Israel's Independence Day celebrations. The joyous occasion was replaced with anxiety and the need to address the crisis. Cemeteries, usually filled with families commemorating loved ones, stood empty as the fire raged. The wildfire transcended a natural disaster, it became a national emergency. It tested the resilience of the Israeli people and their ability to come together in a time of crisis. It underscored the fragility of life and the importance of unity in the face of adversity. Fighting the massive wildfire near Jerusalem was a monumental task. The fire's intensity and unpredictable nature made it a formidable opponent. Firefighters worked day and night, risking their lives to contain the blaze. They faced intense heat, choking smoke, and the constant threat of the fire changing direction. The Israel Defense Forces joined the firefighting efforts, deploying soldiers and helicopters to battle the blaze from the air. The helicopters dumped water and fire retardant in a desperate attempt to slow the fire's progress. Bulldozers cleared barriers and debris, creating fire breaks and allowing fire trucks to reach the fire lines faster. But the battle was far from easy. Despite their valiant efforts, firefighters, soldiers, and volunteers faced an uphill battle. The fire's relentless advance tested their courage and resolve. They worked tirelessly, knowing that their efforts were all that stood between the flames and the homes, lives, and history they were fighting to protect. The wildfire near Jerusalem left behind a trail of destruction. Thousands of acres of forest, once teeming with life, were reduced to ash. The fire devoured trees that had stood for generations, leaving behind a haunting landscape of charred trunks and smoky silence. Farms, once symbols of abundance, were wiped out, their crops turned to cinders. The fire's toll on nature was devastating, a stark reminder of the delicate balance of ecosystems. The fire's impact extended far beyond the physical damage. The emotional toll on the people was immeasurable. Families returned to find their homes in ruins, their lives turned upside down. The fire left an indelible mark on their memories, a stark reminder of the day they lost so much. The wildfire near Jerusalem was a tragedy that touched the lives of countless individuals, leaving behind a legacy of loss, resilience, and the enduring spirit of a nation determined to rebuild and heal.